Hey family, I just wanted to get on and speak to you guys briefly, not as long as my last video, so that I can share some exciting news and plans for me for the month of August. I am going to be, and prayers up, starting. The Lord has given me some clarity and insight. I was challenged that maybe I need to fast to get clarity by one of my accountability partners and my sister friend. Um, and I was thinking about it. It was like, oh, wow. Well, what should I fast from? The first thing I thought was alcohol. I'll be having the cocktails and whatnot. The Lord knows. But I was like, no. But at any rate, I did, seriously, I wanted some clarity on what should I fast from because I wanted it to be intentional and purposeful and meaningful. So whew, the Lord did give me the vision and I did write it out. As a matter of fact, I was up there was bits and pieces given to me a couple days ago, the last couple of days, but the entirety of it was given to me at 4 o'clock this morning. So yes. And they say, great and mysterious things happen when you wake up at 4 o'clock. So I did. And the rest of the vision was given to me. So I was, scribbling it down, trying to write it so I wouldn't forget anything, because when I get downloads from up above, it just come. So, I wanted to write it down. So anyway, I'm starting what I am calling my 30 for 30. And if any of you guys know about sports and stuff, that was a sports reference and I looked it up, but I had heard it in a rap song, 30 for 30. But anyway, I wanted a month-long focus to get clarity on some things. There's a lot going on in my life and I needed the Lord's guidance. I didn't just want to haphazardly begin something or go into something without his anointing and his approval and his input. So I'm doing my 30 for 30 and I'm going to quickly read off everything that I've written down. It's all around 30 days, 30 minutes within those 30 days, or 30 things. And I know it's going to be great because, like I told y'all, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning scribbling and writing it down because that's when the download happened from God. And I got all the clarity. Wouldn't you know, being up that early, super pumped. Yes, God, this is going to be great. It's going to be a challenge, but this is going to be great. I was under attack first thing in the morning. I had to put out a serious fire, not a physical fire, but what I do as far as my occupation. I was faced with, just work that it took me on an emotional roller coaster, but God also showed me how much I've grown, but God also showed me the places that I was still vulnerable in, but God also showed me that I am a stellar professional and I was able to handle it as best I could given the situation. Anyway, that's how I know that it's going to be great, because every time the Lord is sending me out to do something magnificent on his behalf, I immediately come under attack. And back in the day, I used to shrink from moving forward because I was scared. It's like, no, the devil is out to get me and the darts have been thrown. The gauntlet has been laid. And so now I'm a target. No, I'm going to be a target regardless. This time, no, I've gotten my instructions. So here we go. So this is going to be for the entire month of August, starting tomorrow. I was going to have a flyer. I was going to have information for y'all and everything in case anybody wanted to endeavor in this with me for August or even afterwards, just 30 days consecutively. But that didn't happen because I spent the majority of my day waking up several hours early, even still, putting out these fires and just getting some things together that needed my attention for the role that I play professionally. Anyway, so here it is. And it might sound like gibberish. I am still going to try and type things out and put things up, or if you're interested for a later date or to start, not on the 1st, hit me up. Inbox me. I'll send you the information. But I got a plan because I needed some direction, and here it goes. 30 for 30. This is my challenge from God to myself. So pray for me. 30 minutes of intentional exercise. It could be walking, running, weights, cardio, whatever. But 30 minutes a day for 30 days. I have been leading a sedentary life because of what I do. It doesn't require a lot physically. That's become my norm. I got to get out of that. I'm feeling it. I've been looking good, and over the last couple of years, I lost a lot of weight, not even really trying, but I've been sedentary because of my life circumstances, and I believe that's the right word. Forgive me if it's wrong. Put it down in the comments if I'm not using the correct word, but I believe it's sedentary. And I got to get to moving. I got to move. I was a whole dancer. And I be so winded sometimes when I really start exercising again. But even if it's walking, 30 minutes of intentional exercise. I'm going to do 30 Bible chapters from the Psalms and 30 chapters of the Proverbs. And I looked it up. I was like, oh, yes, it goes to 30. 30 minutes of Bible study in. It's been my morning devotional to listen to different messages and take in a word and be seeded into. So I'm still going to continue that, but make sure it's at least 30 minutes, which usually those studies, participating in those online worship services or Bible studies are over an hour. So that's good. And then 30 minutes of Bible study out. That means me actually putting in the work and doing a study on my own that's led by God, just between me and God, not me listening to a ministry online or anything of that nature, or a Bible study online. 30 days of journal entries. It doesn't have to be an entire dissertation, but 30 consecutive days of me committing to write something down. I am a phenomenal writer, and I have been so lax. It's a culmination of all the gifts and talents that I am allowing to go to waste. And I am tired of myself talking about me as the has-been. I was a whole entire dancer, hip hop. I was a whole entire choreographer. I was a whole entire praise dancer. I was a whole entire choir member, spoken word artist. I got bars. I'm a poet. All these things have been on the sidelines with me trying to figure it out. Yes, life was lifing, but I do claim my part. I own my part, and I'm giving account for my part in letting those talents lay dormant. Some of the time that has been spent with putting my talents on hold and my giftings on hold was because of the lessons and the alone season that God was taking me to and through. But another part of it was me just being lazy. It's just, I'm going to put it out there. And I very well can't be like, oh, this person is doing this. This person is doing that. I could be doing this. I can be doing that. Do it. Stop talking about what you was. I need to get back to the present and what I am and what I am going to be. Because we all know the parable about the talents. I can't bury my gifts as a writer. I can't bury my gifts as a poet. I can't bury my gifts as a speaker. I can't bury my gifts as an intercessor. I can't bury my gifts as a prayer warrior. I can't bury my gifts as someone who sings and has a beautiful voice. I've been over church hurt. I stopped singing because of church hurt. I've been over that. I've been healed from it. And I'm dormant. All of these gifts and talents, and I refuse to let them lay buried in the ground anymore. I have been feeling this weight along with an unctioning. Like, I'm not that girl who gonna go out here and get out here and do stuff just because I'm all in flesh and I'm all in me. No. I have to consult the Father, who is the CEO of my life. And it's time. So where did I leave off at? Okay, we talked about the exercise, the Psalms, the Proverbs, Bible study in, Bible study out, 30 days of journal entries, 1 entry per day. And all this is to cultivate discipline. And I'm going to be talking about the difference between habit and discipline. Okay, that's going to be one of the things that's forthcoming. So stay tuned. 30 minutes of meditation. Under meditation, I put silence and reflection. A quiet time, a time to think about things that matter, a time to let loose, talk to God, share with God, or just be still and know that He is God. Some still time. And let me interject that a lot of this is coming from, I'm just so over. I got all these channels and these subscriptions and I can't find nothing to watch. That's dumb. That's like people who be having like 2 or 3 closets full of clothes and stuff and talking about they ain't got nothing to wear. I got all these subscriptions, but nothing excites me. I've binge watched all that I can binge watch, all my sci-fi. Oh, I love sci-fi. I love futuristic. I love just graphically mesmerizing kind of shows. Anything about parallel universes, all of that. I'm kind of a geek, but I'm not all in. I'm not a Trekkie. I'm not, somebody that can, that's on it on that level. But I love me some sci-fi, mysteries, thrillers, whodunits, all that kind of stuff, trying to figure stuff out. But I can't find nothing that satisfies my soul. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't have anything to binge watch. I'll be putting up Facebook posts like, y'all tell me what to watch. No, it's time for me to focus. And that took me back to my challenge and the weight that I've been feeling to fast. And I suppose this is a sort of a fast, a hybrid fast. I'm fasting from being stagnant. I'm fasting from being inactive. I'm fasting from being lazy. I'm fasting from being unintentional. I'm fasting from not using all of the gifts and talents that God has given me. Imposter syndrome or whatever other labels I need to attach to it is over. I got to level up. I don't know how much time the Lord has for me on this earth. And my biggest fear is not dying because I know where I'm going. My biggest fear is like a lot of artistic people or people who know their purpose, that I would die not fulfilling my purpose, not leaving my legacy, not doing all that I could with all that I've been given. That's my fear. So I got to get on it. So, okay, where we at? It was 30 minutes of meditation and silent reflection. 30 minutes of content creating. I cannot tell y'all how long ago it's been since I've revamped and tried to level up my YouTube channel. Child, I look back on that thing. It's only 2 videos on there. When I told myself that I was going to go ahead on and go full throttle. It's 2 videos on my YouTube channel. I'm going to leave that there and move on. 30 minutes of power thinking, which includes reading and studying, but more so business prep or goal setting, power thinking. I might take in some Les Brown. I might take in some, what is one of my, David Shands, with the Social Proof podcast. I might take in some Wall Street Trapper, just power videos, some Gary Vee. I don't know. Just things that will enhance me as a business professional or increase whatever areas that I can as far as being motivated to be more powerful in whatever arenas that means. And then let me see, because I was scribbling, y'all. This all over this page. And I threw my black blanket up, so I'm in the house today. I'm not outside sitting on the porch. 30 ounces. Now, don't, y'all that go hard with the gallons, don't judge me and don't laugh or mock me. Stay prayerful. But this is a starting point. So at least 30 ounces. I think that's 1/4 of a gallon or somewhere. because I think 128 ounces is a gallon, and 64 ounces is a half a gallon. Maybe so 32 ounces. It's a start. I love water, and I constantly drink water. But I put like my green powder or my probiotic or my beet powder and different things in some of my water bottles. I want to make sure that even if I'm doing that, I want it to be at least 30 to 32 ounces of just clean, clear water. So that's a 30. And then let me see. I think this last one is 30 days of my supplements consistently. I've invested in, I've researched just a little bit, some ashwagandha, the benefits of taking in ashwagandha, as well as, I got to re-up on my apple cider vinegar. And then I have, like I just mentioned, my power green powder, and my fiber, and I got to get some more beet powder. All those things. But the key to even multivitamins, the key is consistently. So I think that's all the scribbling that I did. It's a lot, but it's really not. Some of it I was already in motion doing, but now it's about intentionality and discipline. Sticking to it. Now, was it over a year or something ago? I went hard in February. I think I was doing like 28 days, because that's when it wasn't leap year. It was 28 days. I think I did 28 days of praise, and that made me feel so good when I accomplished that goal at the end of 28 days, at the end of February that year. And then there was residual effect even after that. So God has given me this clarity. He has given me a focus and a plan, a vision. And I am going to start tomorrow. Hopefully nobody messes with my Amazon deliveries, because it's supposed to get delivered sometime this evening. But I sent it at work because I thought it was coming earlier today, and I was going to get it while I was at work. Didn't happen. But yes. So that's my 30 for 30 plan. Those of you that really know the word of prayer and have a true relationship with God, please send it up for you, girl. If anybody wants this, and not to sound gibberish, but concise, typed out, a focus, let me know. I will be more than happy to share and send it to you, a simple guideline, or if not the whole entire plan or focus, things that you can glean from it. It will be my pleasure, because the majority of this is ministry and a service to you all. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. You wouldn't even be able to know. I mean, it's like how people fathom how could Christ love me the way he does with who I am. I love you guys so much. And I wasn't going to get emotional on this video. I learned a long time ago that my life my life is not just for me and just not about me. And it's time for me to share my stories and my triumphs and my advice and my wisdom, my intercession to the people who need me. The people who need me. It's people who need me. It's people whose actual lives, ministries, recovery, healing, deliverance has been held up. Ooh, that's been a big charge and a revelation that God has given me. I'm holding some people up, and I'm holding some people back, because I had to get through my own stuff. And even after I received my own healing, I guess it's scars or residue. You know, when you get a surgery, you have scar tissue, and you want to make sure, and all of the things that's holding you back. But when God punched me in the neck, hit me in the throat to let me know I'm holding up some people's lives from their deliverance, because I have not acted on what I was called to do years ago. because of my own things, I can't do that no more. I told you my biggest fear is to leave here. It's not really death and dying. It's leaving here not and knowing that I did not do all that I could to help someone else. Yes, to experience the abundant life that God has promised me, but to act on the charge that I know I have been given. Detours aside, church hurt aside, life hurt aside, relationship hurt aside. I've been healed from those things. But I've been delaying it because of scar tissue. That might be a whole series, scar tissue. So I'm not holding nobody up no more. This is the start. My 30 for 30. So keep me held up, because even before the initial start, I got a challenge. I don't always want to say attack. I'm not going to give the devil or the adversary or the enemy that much authority. Challenges. Some of it will be direct attacks and direct hit, because when you working for the kingdom, the adversary is not pleased and is observant and wants to block it, because I'm like Moses. I'm trying to set some people free. And my story matters. My stories matter. And there's a lot. Not every single detail will be shared, but there's going to be enough shared where somebody else can receive hope and joy and love and covering and deliverance from what I have to share. And stay tuned, because tomorrow there are actually 5 Thursdays in August. And to fulfill my writing obligation, my sharing obligation, and my content creator obligation, I am going to be releasing a video every Thursday in the month of August to start. It's going to continue throughout the remainder of the year. I'm going for it. This month's series is going to be called That Girl. And the Lord lets me live and get through it and get to it. It's not going to just be all about women. I'm not just going to talk about all about women's issues and things, because a lot of what I've experienced is just life experience, and there is no gender specific material that I'll be talking about. It can hit anyone. But for the month of August, to kick off my sharing series that just came to me, tell a friend. It's going to be called That Girl. So tomorrow, I don't know if it's going to be 5 minutes. I don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm going with God's flow. Tomorrow, episode 1, if that's what you want to call it, is going to be called All About Eve. And I'll be speaking to First Created Woman, and trying to tie it into our purpose as women, our position as women, how glorious it is. My story as a woman has been challenging, and I'm going to share that just to give words of encouragement, some insight, of course, scriptorial reference. Scriptorials, is that a word? Let me know in the comments. Or scriptural reference. Because it was times through my story, I felt like I got cheated being a woman. I felt like a lot of my privileges and things that I could be allowed to do was taken from me because I was not a man. I felt like men were getting over, and men could do whatever and get away with it. A power struggle, all the things. But see, here's the difference and the caveat. God healed me from it. He allowed me to go to it, to go through it, and to heal from it thoroughly. Better, not bitter. So tomorrow, and y'all, all my accountability partners, anybody who has stayed through this, oh my God, it's almost 25 minutes. I said it wasn't going to be long. I'm sorry. stay tuned. That's all I got to say. Lift me up in prayer. Those of you who really have a relationship with God, the God that I serve, and not just the universe, the master and creator of the universe. That's the God that I serve. Um, Hold me up because I'm going for it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. It's going to be me. I'm fun. I'm different. And I'm going to communicate with you guys how God created me to be. Just me. And I'm going to talk later about trying to be a persona. But I thought the people that were giving me good direction and I'm supposed to be like this and I'm supposed to act like that and it's supposed to come out like this. No. The Lord delivered me from that too. And we'll be sharing. But yeah, so 30 for 30 for the month of August. And episode 1 tomorrow. All about Eve. I don't know how long, but it's going to be strong. Okay. I love you guys. And let me go ahead and stop this. I didn't want to do live because I wanted to just make a clean video so that I can start putting stuff on my YouTube channel. I got to hit the masses, y'all. Pray for that. Pray for that. I need to hit the masses. I know my creative purpose, but we're going to talk about that later. So y'all stay tuned. I love you, love you, love you with the love of God and with the love of Jesus the Christ, my professed Lord and Savior. I love you. Stay authentic, stay true. Find your purpose, find meaning for your life. I found it in the God that I serve. Hope that you will too. All right. See you tomorrow.